Good morning, and how is everybody doing? And welcome back to the channel. This has been a long time coming. I've had just a little bit of cold weather. My son had an accident this week, so I'm taking advantage this morning while I have just a few minutes, and I'm going to be cleaning my truck up. Going to be using the Krown products. What we have here, we have the Krown wash and wax, the degreaser, and then finally we'll be doing the rust protection. Going to be doing the degreaser underneath the hood and then spraying the undercarriage just a little bit where I feel it's necessary to spray it. And then we'll let everything dry overnight for a day or so, and then I will be hitting it with the Krown rust protection. Like I told you in the past video for this product, this is a annual based product, so you do have to spray it annually. It's a pretty remarkable product because we do use it at work, spraying our trucks and our equipment. It actually, you know, it'll soak into the pores of your metal and it wicks into the wires of your wiring harness. So without further ado, we're going to get my hood up. We're going to start spraying with the engine degreaser. I am going to be using my pressure washer. I'm going to be on my creeper. So I'm going to put my rain suit on, and I'm going to be using my short little pressure washer wand that I purchased. The soap bottle actually screws right on to that pressure washer wand, so we won't even have to fill it in the bottle. We'll just screw that on and go with it. Like I told you before, a friend of mine at work uses this product, and he's been using that same bottle for right about a year, washing his and his wife's vehicle about once a month. So I'll get my pressure washer set up and get everything ready to go. Okay, now I'm going to hit the right button. What we have is the engine degreaser, and I just sprayed it on my engine compartment. I'm going to be using my white tip on the little shorty pressure washer. So I'm going to let that set for just a second and then start up the pressure washer and get all this cleaned off. I did spray the top of the hood also. So we'll see how this engine degreaser looks. Pretty good. If it works like the rest of their products there, I'll be pretty happy with it. So we're going to be using this on a little bit of the undercarriage also to get it cleaned up and prepped for the rust protection. On the rust protection, I'm going to be spraying everything underneath the truck. So want to get everything cleaned up the best that we can. Probably going to use some of the degreaser in there, get that all taken care of. I'll roll around on my creeper and do some of that. So let's get the pressure washer fired up and get this stuff cleaned off. It says you're only supposed to leave it on there for probably 15 to 20 seconds. All right. I think it looks, all in all, a lot cleaner than what it did. Some of the stuff, you know, you might have to let it sit just a little bit longer, but you can see all the stuff on my truck there where, you know, with the engine degreaser and the pressure washer, it really took pretty good care of it. You can see it up there on the cowl, all the stuff. The top of the hood, it probably could set just a little bit longer. Probably will hit that again, but it didn't do too bad either. You can see like right into there, that's really caked on there. So, whoops, sorry, hit the tripod on the truck. That is really caked on there, so I'm gonna have to spray that and treat that one more time. Right now, I'm gonna get under the truck. I'm gonna hit some spots with the engine degreaser underneath there and let it sit for a few minutes and then hit it with the pressure washer again. All right, so what I've done is I've went under the truck and I've sprayed everything underneath the truck that I wanted to hit. Probably could hit some of the wheel wells too. Actually, I can do that right now. I've about used this whole bottle of engine degreaser, so just on some of the areas that I wanted to hit. So just hit some of those up in there like that. And you can hear it's just about empty. So we'll hit that other wheel well. And then this bottle is extinguished. Once again, this product is from Krown. So we're just trying some of their products out to see how they work. Thus far, I'm pretty impressed with the degreaser. I like it. it's working pretty good. So we'll get things pressure washer fired up again and have at her. All right, we have the whole underside of the truck washed. Now we're going to be moving on to the next product they have, which is the wash and wax. We're going to do the outside of my truck. When you take your truck to their application center to get, or vehicle, whatever you so choose to do, to their application center, this is something they'll do after they spray it. I'm going to do mine before, just because I've got the pressure washer out. I'm going to go ahead and do everything now. Like I said, primarily they'll use their wash and wax after they do the application of the rust protection. So right now I'll go grab my bottle and get it hooked up to my little cannon. By the way, I love that little pressure washer. Get underneath my truck. I just washed the whole undercarriage of my truck in probably about 5 minutes. I could get close to things and it was just so nice. As you look at me like this. All right, what we have is this bottle right here, and we're just going to take the cap off. And this will go right. I'm not going to cut the hose off, just because if I do ever want to use the application bottle that came with the sprayer, I can, and then that'll just go right down inside there and suck in from the bottle. So let's get this hooked up to the pressure washer and see how this works. It does have a dial on here, so I will have to play with this just a little bit. This dial is for increasing and decreasing the amount of soap that I put on, and then it has a nozzle for a fan and for just flooding it with soap. So right now I'm going to fire everything up and get started. Real quick, we're going to do a walk around on my truck so you can see how dirty it is before I use their wash and wax product. You can see all the grime and dust, or grime dust. It's wet and there's not dust on it now, but you can see all the grime on it. I will do this after I do the wash and wax too. Wheels, they're pretty dirty. You can see all how dirty the truck is. So we'll probably spray that on, let it sit for just a minute or so, and then spray it off. Do a quick walk around. This little cannon works pretty good. Pretty happy with it. And the foaming product of the wash and wax from Krown. Looks pretty nice. Looks pretty nice. All finished up with the wash and wax. Now this is just purely using my foam cannon and the pressure washer. As you can see, putting the foam on, there was no pressure there. I sprayed it on, let it set for just a few minutes, switched out the tips. This time I used my yellow tip. It's just a little bit more aggressive than the white. The green on there is the multi-purpose. The yellow is just a little bit more aggressive than that. So this is just purely using the foam cannon and a pressure washer. Now, mind you, I did not do any scrubbing on the truck whatsoever. It was just using the foam cannon and letting the wash and wax do its job. If you would use a wash mitt, I'm sure you get even much better results than I have just using the cannon and the pressure washer itself. All in all, I like the product. I think it did a pretty good job. I'll continue using it. That right there is just where the 4x4 used to be. So there's nothing really that is going to take the soot off. I'm going to have to use like a that's something I could possibly use the spot and stain remover on, the solvent, and see if that would work on taking the soot off the truck. But I like it. I think it did a really good job. I'm going to use it on my wife's vehicle too, and get her vehicle cleaned up. Not today, obviously. I've got someplace to be at 11, so this was just a video this morning to show you how well that the Krown product actually does work. My next video to come will be on the rust protection. Here's my wife's vehicle. It's you can see how dirty it is here. We've had quite a bit of rain, and it's pretty dirty. So next video will be on the rust protection. We're going to be applying that. I have 6 cans of this. I'm going to be doing the undercarriage of my truck and spraying everything underneath there and rust protecting it for the winter and the next 365 days. This is how long this product lasts on your vehicle, and you have to reapply it every year. So guys, I appreciate you watching clear to the end. Give me a thumbs up, hit that like button. If you have not already done so, please subscribe and see what I'm going to do next. Until next time, guys, we will talk to you guys later on. Bye-bye.